Welcome back, everybody, to the Rock Talk podcast. I am Cole Weber, your host, and I am here with our first athlete on the podcast, our Regent of the Week for the week of August 25th to August 31st. Miles Lang is with me this morning, and how are you doing, Miles?
I've been better, fighting a little bit of a cold, but other than that, just happy to be back here running for the season and the school year.
Yeah. It's been a wild morning, just parading you to different rooms and places and trying different connections. But we're here now. We're here now on the podcast, and it's great to be here with you, Miles. How does it feel to be the first Regent of the Week for the 2025-26 school year?
It feels pretty good. I wasn't quite expecting it and all that, and it's like I had big hopes going into the season, and some of them are coming a lot sooner than I was expecting it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of either it's going to be a very good season or it's going to be a little bit of a repeat where it kind of crash and burns near the end with sicknesses and all that. But
we got to knock on wood, right?
We got to knock on wood, and I just got to stay focused and stay strong like how I've been doing it so far.
Yeah, I mean, you came out first meet of the year, the Rock River Invite, and you won it.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, it was a shorter race than you guys are used to, but you guys ramp up over the course of a season. What was that, a 4K? Was that a 4K or a 5K?
It was a 5K.
5K, okay. And then you just ran a meet last week, and that was up there at the Vic Godfrey Open.
Yep.
Correct me? Yeah, there we go. And that one went pretty well for you as well.
That one also, yes.
How high did you finish? It was a bigger meet.
It was a little bit of a bigger meet, but it still wasn't a full course one. So it was a 6K for the men and then a 4K for the women. So it was kind of just another coach through that one in as a little bit of a more introduction still to a lot of the kids that were coming back to running or getting into the competitive of college. So there was 103 men, and I got 29th overall for that.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of different schools, a bunch of big schools, D1, D2 schools there. And, yeah, it was a great finish. I talked to Coach Niles, and he was really proud of how everybody did, and you especially. And now we've got a week off. Tell me a little bit about, like, what – and you just mentioned, like, people who are getting used to running. What is your off-season like? Are you running all the time? Are you one of those crazy people who are out there at the crack of dawn just running?
So I try to as much as I can.
Yeah.
During the summer, I usually work a lot more, and I do a lot more stuff. Like I'm a senior here at RU, but I originally went to Rock Valley College. So a lot of my summers were full of actual like classes and all that, just trying to get done. So like mileage kind of dropped during the summer, but since getting here though, summer it's a lot of just mileage, trying to keep it consistent. So it's just getting like 30 miles a week, 40, 50, anywhere like that.
Yeah, that's wild.
But it's also just like with the heat, it's like you try to also not go too extreme, just enough to where it's like, hey, we got to train in this heat to get used to it, being in the Midwest, but also got to make sure that we're not exerting too much body.
Overdoing.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned going to Rock Valley, and they don't have track over there, so there was no team to compete, so you're just doing it on your own for the love of the game.
So I actually assistant coach during that time.
Oh, wow.
So I went to Rockford East, but I'm personal friends with the old Guilford High School coach, Rick Durso. And so when there was that time period of not being able to compete collegiately wise, I would do road races and stuff like that and just have fun. I was like, I want to kind of get some coaching. I wanted to get some coaching experience in all my life, so I actually reached out to him, and so I got to do that instead of doing some college running.
Yeah, I got you prepared to actually compete and be coached, right? It's weird to see it on the other side of that. But I want to ask you a question that's always just been in my mind, just about cross-country runners and you long-distance people. So Steve Prefontaine's your favorite athlete, right? And is that the same for every cross-country runner ever?
I don't.
I feel like 90% of the people that I see, it's Steve, it's Pre.
I don't think it's every single one of them. I think it might be for a certain like generation in a way, because there's a lot of new runners in the college aspect that are coming and being like top runners and all that. And so it's like a lot of us on the cross-country team are looking at current college runners that are now going pro and looking at them and being inspired by that.
Yeah, and who's your favorite of just a current runner that you really really like to watch?
I don't know. I'm not one that's big into looking into that
Yeah.
stuff, but let's see. I mean, going into like the Olympics and stuff like that, like Jacob Ingebrigtsen and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
was big into watching him because it was always interested in watching him run and how he did it, because he just didn't strike me as like, he just doesn't strike me as a runner. And then you watch him run and you're just like, whoa, like that's insane,
dude's
like what he's
moving.
doing and all that. So it was cool. Like, it's like some people just don't like immediately look to be a runner, and then they go out and they do it and you're just like, whoa, that's insane.
Yeah. And tell me, what about Prefontaine really just speaks to you and has spoke to so many people? Because you said generations, but, man, he's reached a couple generations. That was a while ago now. What about him specifically speaks to you?
So when I first got into running, I didn't really know much about it at all. Like when I started cross country in 6th grade, and it was when I didn't make the soccer team. So my parents were like, "Do this sport," and it was
a backup plan.
I didn't know what it was. They just wanted me to do a sport, and they were like, "Go try this one." I showed up, and that's where the love and talent was found for running, and so I kind of got more into looking into it. And at the time, there were 2 different movies about Steve Prefontaine.
Yes.
I remember watching them and doing research into him, and just like the legacy that he had and the talent of that he brought into it. Like, he was the first ones to kind of wear Nike's shoes and stuff like that. Like, he just, like, for how short of a career he had for his unfortunate like passing, it was just like what he got accomplished was insane, and that's what just kind of motivated me. I'm like, whoa, this is what I want to do now.
Yeah. And we're thinking back to just his Olympics race, that famous race where he went all out the whole time, ended up finishing 4th. Is that the type of runner that you are, or are you more of a, because quote unquote, that's not really a smart run?
Yeah.
Because everybody says if he really wanted to, he could have finished with the silver, with the bronze if he ran a smart race. But he wanted to just run, try to be as good as he could be. What kind of racer are you?
It depends. So in high school, my senior year of track, I did the 800 and the 4x4. So I kind of dropped down the mileage and was into like the sprints almost in a way with that. And I was one of those guys where I was able to just like, I would go out fast, but I was always able to have a second kick in a sense. So like I was one of those where I'm like, I'm just gonna gun it and go as hard as I can because I know I can. With cross country, though, there's so much more because there's terrain, there's the hills, there's people, narrow turns and stuff like that. So it's like when it comes to cross country, I'm more of a smart runner in a sense where it's like I'm going to get out there because it's the first 200, 400 of a race is where you is where you've realized it's like, how am I going to race this? Am I going to go out and just have a good time, or am I going to try and actually do something this race? Because you're going to have your top runners that are going to know where they're going to be. Then you're going to have those guys that are going to get sucked into it that are just like they accidentally get sucked in and they're going to die eventually. And then you have that third pack where I usually try and get in, where it's like I'm not going out too fast, but I'm going to latch on and just slowly catch those that are dying down.
Yeah, just start passing people as you go, as people are falling off. Yeah, no, I like it. Tell me what it's like. I mean, going to different courses. It's not like a football field or a basketball court where you're going to a basketball court. It's the same dimensions. The hoops are the same height every single time. Cross country, you're showing up to a place. There's hills. It's the course is different everywhere you go. What's that like?
It's for sure a tricky thing to do because you can't. It's like you can't prepare for every single course, and as hard as the talented people that keep courses like in shape and stuff like that, like Vic, the one that we were up at Parkside, like that one is a national course. Like that's where D2 is going to be hosted this year, so it's constantly under maintenance and stuff like that. There's the unexpected weather. There's the unexpected stuff like that where it's like this is gonna change how this course was today, and then the day that you're racing.
And you guys run in rain, sleet, and snow. It don't matter.
Stuff like that. So it's just really going out there, and it's like you always try and get there early so you could either walk the course, jog it, and stuff like that. And you kind of just like, as you're doing that, you kind of just make mental notes of the course. You're like, okay, here's somewhere where I need to slow down and not use too much energy. And then there's the other one where you're like, okay, here's where I'm going to start making my move and stuff like that. So you kind of just get to the course and just walk it, jog it, do whatever you can, and just kind of make mental notes and be like, okay, here's where this is going to happen, here's where that's going to happen.
And is it easier? So for the Rock River Invite, is it easier to run a course like that just because it's your campus? I mean, you know exactly where you're going.
Yes and no. I mean, as much as like it's nice having a course on it, some of the terrain is really hard. Like ours is a lot of like sharp turns and stuff like that. So it's like it's a slower course in a sense, even though it's not as hilly and stuff like that. But just because of that terrain, it just slows you down because you got to do a sharp turn here, you got to turn that way. It's like you're just constantly weaving in and out of stuff.
Yeah, and I remember that day. Did it rain?
Nah, a little, yeah.
Yes,
so it was a light
yeah.
sprinkle, which was a little concerning at first because last year it had rained every day up to the race, and there was a giant puddle on the course that just was
made it into a steeplechase.
It basically, and it's one of those obstacles where you're just like, you just got to run through it. I've had races like that where it's like you don't avoid it, you just run through it because you're gonna waste more time avoiding it than just going through it.
Yeah, I think I could pick your brain about cross country all day, but I want to pivot a little bit here.
Go ahead.
Ask you, you're a Star Wars guy. Are you not?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, a little bit. So what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Man, I don't know if I really have a favorite one of all of them. More of just the original trilogy, not really the Rey Skywalker stuff like that. I mean, Rogue One was pretty good, but I have the original.
So you're an original trilogy guy.
Original
okay.
guy like that. I saw the first movie in 3D in the theaters one time, and it was really fun to see that.
Wow. Yes. So I'm a Star Wars fan, and you just earned a lot of my respect. The original trilogy. There you go. It's been weird. I mean, just over these last 5 to 10 years, just the prequels have just gotten this resurgence. How people kind of forget. It's like they're fine movies. They're okay, but they don't hold up. To me, they don't hold up to the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering where you sat on that. Yeah.
No, I love the originals, and I don't even remember when I realized it. I was a kid when I was watching them, and I didn't even realize that movie 4, 5, 6 came out before 1, 2, 3. Like, I didn't realize it was one of those movies where it was backwards, and I'm just a kid, and you're just like, oh, this is cool. And then when you get older, you start realizing you're like, wait, why are these movies a lot like bad in a sense, like CGI wise and stuff like that versus the first 3, and then you realize, oh wait, what? They did that, and it brings a whole difference to the movies and all that, and realizing what it is.
Yeah, there's something different about the original trilogy. I mean, George Lucas just kind of locked himself in a closet of CGI and just kind of went crazy over the course of his life. But yeah, I just wanted to ask you about Star Wars real quick. I saw that was listed as your favorite movie on your bio. Is that still true, or do you have?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have I don't really have an overall movie like people ask Marvel-wise. Like, and it's just like it's really hard to pinpoint a favorite movie. I mean, probably at the moment, one that I constantly come back to is McFarlane USA. Which
that's a great movie.
Which is a cross-country one, which is like if you are a runner and you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yep. Is that the best cross-country movie? Or is one of those Prefontaine movies up there for you?
I would say that's one of the McFarlane USA is a really good one, and it's very inspiring. Like, I've had moments where I'm just like had trouble like getting up motivated to run and stuff like that, and I just like pop that movie in. Again, I have a DVD of it still, and I like remember just popping it in and watching it, and then the next day I'm like, I love running.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Kevin Costner's great in that movie. No, that's a really good one. McFarlane down there in the Central Valley in California. Well, Miles Lang says, go watch McFarlane, go watch Star Wars. That's what we're going to get out of this podcast from you. One last thing to ask you, Miles. What's your goal for this season?
Shooting for the stars, nationals for sure. Mm-hmm. That is the overall goal, is to get nationals.
And what do you have to? Is there a time that you have to get to?
It's gonna be a time wise, and it's gonna be what was it? Coach and I were constantly talking about it. It's like I gotta drop like 2 minutes from my PR in order to get there, but it's like.
But you think that's definitely within reach?
It's in reach based on where I'm coming in and all that. It's in spitting distance for sure.
Well, that's a great goal. Go to nationals. You heard it here. We're going to hold you to that, Miles, right? Well, yeah, we're hoping for you. Knock on wood. We're
Yep.
gonna make that happen, Miles. Well, it was great talking to you. Just a short little 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You are our first Region of the Week this year, and thank you for coming on the podcast, Miles.
Thank you for having me. It was awesome.
Absolutely. Well, that's gonna do it. Rock Talk episode 6, and that was Miles Lang, our Region of the Week from last week. Thank you, Miles, and that will do it, everybody.